But we are the Final Four weekend. We know
Yep.
that teams vying. Looks like South Carolina is going to go, right? They're up by 17. What are they up by? 17
Yeah,
with
17.
2 minutes to go?
Yep.
Yeah, 2.5 minutes to go. But we want to talk about, we know Cooper Flagg and what he's done at Duke, and they have a chance to win a national championship and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And we just were thinking to ourselves, like, if you had to pick three guys, the three greatest college basketball players,
Mm-hmm.
who would you pick? And that's hard. We didn't
It
want to
is
do
hard.
4. We didn't want to do Mount Rushmore.
I want to fight. I want to
three.
fight you.
I know, because 4
it's
would
too-
be easier, I think.
It's still hard,
no,
but
because
it's
you gotta,
easier.
it would be easier because you have to leave somebody really good out.
Yeah.
I could tell you right now, I'm leaving out Pistol Pete Maravich, and he averaged 40.
At 44, 45 a game.
Like
two
I'm
years
leaving
in
him
a row.
out.
That's just crazy.
But that tells you like how hard it is.
Yeah.
That I'm even going to leave out Pistol Pete.
Yeah.
And Steve, we want you in on this conversation as well.
He was 44 points a game without a 3-point line.
I know.
I know.
I Steve, that's why I made it 3 instead of 4.
And no shot clock.
No, buckets.
One of the greatest,
Flat out buckets.
One of the greatest, but he didn't win anything.
Well, they were 3 and 20 before he arrived, so
I know that's what I'm saying. So he did. He was an unbelievable scorer.
So Pete is on Steve's list.
Okay. No. So Steve, you want to go
Yeah.
first? We'll let you go
Kareem,
first.
it's not even close for
No,
me.
that's so we just thing like we
Okay.
all.
You could make an argument that the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Lou Alcindor then,
Yep.
is the greatest player in the history of the sport.
Absolutely.
I don't have an argument with it.
Here
yeah.
we go. Look, Power Memorial in New York at high school.
Might be the greatest high school player
Yep.
ever,
Ever.
and greatest college player.
Greatest college
and
player.
for many years was the all-time leading NBA scorer.
Absolutely. Kareem has done it all on all levels. I
Every
totally
level.
agree with you. But when you talk about the NBA, it's different. But I agree. Basketball, period. All right, so we all
So
agree.
ding, ding, ding. We all agree.
agree.
Lou Alcindor has
Right?
to be on that list.
He's
and I
on
don't
that
even
list.
know.
He had 3 years at UCLA and 2 losses total.
Yeah. And couldn't play. Freshman didn't play back
Didn't
then.
play,
so
right.
who knows what
But
would have done if he did.
When he was on the freshman team, he beat defending champion UCLA in the exhibition to open Pauley Pavilion.
So I'm giving him. A matter of fact, I'm gonna count that as a championship. So there's another championship.
But the,
No, utterly
but the
ridiculous.
NHL's not counting that season either.
No, they don't.
right.
Nope.
Freshman season thrown out.
So we all agree. Lou Alcindor, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, of course, later. That's number one. That's the gold standard.
I'm going to
of
go
just,
number 2. I'm going to go.
you're thinking. I know what you're going. I know where you're going, but you're like, do I want to mix?
No,
I
I'm
see-
going to go here.
All right.
Christian Laettner.
Number 2 all time?
Yes. And I'm talking about winning,
Mm-hmm.
making huge shots and huge moments. Like if you were to put together a tape of making those moments. And
Impressive, yes.
And the teams that he beat. Did we talk about that earlier?
So this is one of the things people, because we always go.
He only
you think
made
of
the
his
All-Star
NBA
game one
There
time.
you
One
go.
time. And
We're only talking college.
Right.
He gave Shaq the business, the Fab Five the business, and then the second time he played UNLV, them the business.
Right.
I mean, he
Undefeated UNLV.
Yep, undefeated.
And that's what I'm saying.
All the teams that
Well-
you were like, well, that guy's better, or that guy's better. He was like, oh, word, line him up.
Which is why I would say David Thompson, NC State's got to be somewhere in the conversation
I'm not mad
at
at
least
that.
because he ended the UCLA run and had a phenomenal career of his own.
That's fair.
And could
That's
jump
why I
out
wanted
the
you
gym.
in here.
And could jump out the
Right.
gym. I'm not
Where
mad
would
at that.
All right, so would you say David Thompson number 2 or
Yeah, and then Walton 3.
okay.
So Walton, well,
Kareem and David Thompson.
yeah. So I have to go. We all agree.
And that's
Kareem-
with no Bill Russell in this conversation.
No, I know.
yet.
Yeah, the only reason. So great point. I'm watching the new documentary in the Celtics. I forgot. I think Celtics
what is it,
Time or
Celtic City?
Celtic City,
Celtics?
something like that. Yeah. So I'm watching that, and I'm so I don't even want to act like I know what he was doing in San Francisco. I know he was dominant.
They
clearly.
could have called it Magic City. They did so much winning there. I'm just saying.
They
Okay.
won the national title twice, by
Yeah.
the way. USF
Yeah.
I know.
won the national title
Yeah.
twice.
So but he's one of those. I know I didn't watch Kareem, but I'm fully aware what Kareem did. Whereas I don't even want to present as if I'm fully aware of what Bill Russell was doing. You know what I mean? So for me, he's out, but if he's in, I 1,000% get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's 20 points, 20 rebounds a game.
That's ridiculous.
For a career.
No, that's ridiculous.
College.
No, that's insane.
That's why that bad play by Ohtani is going to hurt the Dodgers.
I just
He
missed
got
it.
thrown out stealing.
Yeah. Hey, that was, yeah.
You cannot, Steve, run with Mookie up the tying run and get thrown out at second.
And
base.
Tommy Edmonds just did a 2-run homer
Right.
in the ninth,
Yep.
so they're down 3-2.
And Mookie had double when he finally got to bat. He
Yeah.
led off the ninth inning with a double. So that's why bad base running will hurt you. But anyway, all right.
Lou Alcindor.
Okay, who's number 2? That's
Christian Laettner. Well, number 2 is Bill Walton, and number 3, if I'm just gonna knock it out of 3 for me, is Christian Laettner.
So you're with me on Christian
Yeah.
Laettner.
Because he just
Who else are we missing? I know there have been a lot of great. Carmelo Anthony had a great
Elvin
1
Hayes.
year.
Elvin Hayes.
That was Kareem's years. Elvin Hayes would have. Imagine how he would have dominated without Kareem on the planet at the time.
Well, there's a lot of people. A lot of people feel that way about Michael Jordan. What would I have done if Michael Jordan didn't exist?
And
Oscar
South Carolina's
Robertson.
going to the
You
championship.
know, it was a good one. It was a really good. I almost put him on this. We don't often think of him this way, but Larry Johnson was a bad mother lover. Shut your mouth. I mean, UNLV for a 2-year run there. Will they lose 1 game?
Oh, he was a man among boys.
Yeah, and so Larry Johnson, if you put him on that list, I'm not mad. The hard one is you get to Carmelo's and Kevin Durant's because, like, it was just a year of just, oh, that kid's really, really good, and then that
Like
was
Cam
over.
Newton with college football.
Exactly. You're like, oh, shoot, that kid was phenomenal. And it's like, well, I don't know where to place that one phenomenal, incredible year.
Larry Bird had Indiana State undefeated
That is
and in the
ridiculous.
national championship.
That is ridiculous, too.
Yep.
Magic Johnson, well, he only played 2 years
Yeah.
and got a ring.
Jordan 2 years.
Jordan, 2, yeah. He was,
Yeah. No,
but
that-
he was. You could argue Jordan wasn't even the best on his team because
He wasn't
big
as a
game.
freshman.
Yeah.
Worthy
Right.
was. Yeah.
James
game,
Worthy.
James.
There's no doubt about
Jordan
it.
hit the game winner.
Yeah,
There's
he
so
did.
there's so many, like, all right.
Bill Bradley.
Bill Bradley.
Austin Carr over 50 years ago for Notre Dame when they
Yeah.
were a great team year after year.
How
He's
about
35 points a game.
That's insane.
Isaiah Thomas. Did we talk about that in
Oh,
Indiana?
That's a title.
Yeah, he had a heck of a run too.
Weren't that the
Early 80s?
yeah.
Yeah, 81. I think that's when he won it.
Isaiah? Yep. In college.
Wasn't that the one where Reagan got shot during the day and they didn't know if they were going to play the national
Right.
championship
Yeah.
at night?
Yep, good call.
It's
Anybody
the-
else?
the-
Anybody else? Okay,
the
so
one,
then
the
you
one
go
was
ahead.
when the NFL played after JFK got assassinated. That
I
was
know, Dan, that's
what was-
crazy.
'cause-
What time the
'cause,
game start?
Pete Rozelle.
That's kind of crazy.
Pete Rozelle said it was the biggest
Mistake.
mistake he ever made in his life.
Yeah.
Like, what was he thinking? Like, there's no way there should have been a football game.
Because
like
you
that.
know how people. That's when they always do the like. And I mean this serious. I'm trying to say this respectfully. So, but you'll get what I mean. It's like when someone's father passes and then he says he would have wanted me to play tonight. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I think he was saying he would have wanted us to continue the game.
Not
the
to be
game goes on.
assassinated as a
But
president.
I'm
No.
disagreeing with the move. But I'm saying that's how he probably rationalized
but I
it in
give
his
him
head.
credit. He said it was the worst thing he ever did.
Yeah.
That decision.
So
All right.
what about real quick? Anything anymore? Are we missing the more recent? Is there? Can we put J.J. Redick in there? Tyler Hansborough.
I just threw up in my mouth.
North Carolina people would put Tyler
Hansborough, Crazy T, or the Psycho T they called him.
But you going back, we haven't mentioned Wilt's name.
Right.
Wilt was up there. I mean, Wilt. Yeah.
I don't know. For me,
Artis Gilmore was in one of those finals against UCLA. He had a phenomenal
the
career.
reason that
Patrick Ewing was not insane.
the only reason that again, Christian Laettner is the amount of big shots
Amount
and
of
against,
winning.
and against who he beat.
piece-
You know what I
and-
mean? Like
and again-
seriously, that's what elevates him over. I think a lot of
Dude,
people.
wasn't he
The
perfect
greatest
in a
college-
national
Greatest
championship
college game
game
of all time that he's talking about here.
He was perfect, wasn't he?
Yes, 10
Yeah.
for 10 from the floor, 10 for 10 from the line, game winner
Yeah.
at the buzzer
No,
Right.
that's
I mean
utterly
that's the game.
Utterly
Right.
ridiculous.
Right.
against Kentucky.
Yeah, utterly ridiculous. And Kentucky was ball. Jamal Mashburn was like, "What more do I have to do?
Yeah.
I thought I hit the game winner." Yeah, he just embodies. And again, maybe just the age that I am, he's probably maybe 7-8 years my senior, or something like that. But I don't know exactly. But just I was coming up, and he drove me crazy. I'm from Ann Arbor, Michigan, Steve. So this guy was annoying me, beating my Wolverines, and and he never failed. You know what I mean? And he embodied the hate and the love you typically need to become big. So he, for me, has to be in there. Kareem is just Kareem.
Right.
That's
All
a
right.
given.
We want to do this. We'll get everybody in 877-99 on Fox.
I'm trying to think if I'm missing anybody more semi-recent.
877-996-6369. Bo, jump in. We would like to hear.
it's tough now just because of how short guys play, but
Yeah.
Anthony Davis
He was on. I was looking up a list.
That might have been the last SEC team to win it all,
right?
Yeah, Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, blocks leader.
Yeah, no, he was
Player of the Year, SEC Athlete of the Year, everything in the 1 year he played.
And that's the problem, right?
Well,
that goes back to the
fair.
KD,
the
Carmelo,
year, right.
like
they
that
only played
1 year. Because, again, Zion had an incredible, other than blowing out some
back
shoes.
in Ralph Sampson's day, he was playing multiple years.
I said Ralph
Tim
Sampson,
Duncan
too.
at the whole 4 years. Right?
Randolph Childress was nice, too, by the way, there.
All right, 877-99 on Fox. Jump in. Your top 3 college basketball players of all time. Top 3. That's all we want.
We named about 33. Top 3. Your favorite top 3 college basketball players
of all
time. Mine, you got Lou Alcindor turned Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Bill Walton he pretty much just said, all right, Kareem, thank you for I'm going to just go do exactly what you did.
Right?
And then Christian Laettner. You can't disrespect.
Now, I agree with your picks. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Steve DeSager had Kareem, Lou Alcindor, and he
Dave
also
Thompson,
had
I believe it was.
David Thompson.
Yeah.
And he had Bill Walton. So those are we
David Thompson was ridiculous, by the way. When you talk to Michael Jordan, he's like, that was my guy.
Oh yeah.
Michael Jordan's like, that was who we looked up to.
He was incredible.
He's like 6'3", maybe.
We're gonna get as many people in as possible.
Let's do it.
On this, so if you want to get in, just keep calling because we want to get as many people in because we know there'll be so many different names. But let's go.
I want to hear something that make me go, good one.
And we've already admitted that we left Pistol Pete Maravich, who averaged 44 points in college. Okay, average
with no 3-point,
no 3-pointer,
no shot clock,
44 points in college. Pistol Pete, and probably the craziest thing in life is that there was a story, and somebody interviewed Pistol Pete, and he said, I don't want to be a 40-year-old dude who drops dead in the gym.
Steve, stop bringing up. This is like your 3rd day in a row.
Steve, am I right, though? Isn't that the story? And he had a heart attack in the gym.
He literally did. I know that. But I'm saying this is like your 3rd time bringing up the ironic deaths. What was the one we had yesterday?
Red Fox. Okay. Oh, we got some breaking news. Okay.
Breaking news
Steve,
from Fox
today.
Sports.
I don't want this to start another segment like we had previous, but Shams is reporting that Dwight Howard has been elected as a first ballot Hall of Famer, and the official announcement, of course, comes out tomorrow morning.
All right, scrap all the calls. No, that's not.
That's not.
You're right about Pete
Howard.
Maravich passed away after a pickup game in Pasadena.
Yep.
He said he hadn't been playing a long time. This felt great. And then he collapsed.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's like a story earlier.
It was at the Focus on the Family gym he was playing.
Right. Yep.
He
That's
said
crazy.
that he didn't want to be like these guys and dropping dead.
Who did you say yesterday?
I was about Red Fox.
Oh yeah,
about the heart
do the whole
attack.
dance.
Doing
Elizabeth,
the whole,
I'm coming to see it.
And he died of a heart attack.
Yeah, and then we thought of. Oh, I brought up. Not that it's exciting, but I brought up Paul Walker, the Fast and Furious, and literally died in a car crash, Fast and Furious style. Yeah.
All right, here we go.
I don't know how we got that in. Only the odd couple.
Yes, top 3 college basketball players of all time.
Who we got?
Jax and KC, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Jax?
What's up, fellas? Rob, appreciate you taking my call, sir.
No doubt.
All day.
What's good, brother?
What up, man?
So I'm not even going to, because, you already mentioned Kareem. I'm glad Steve put in Wilt. I had to get in my man, the Dream, Hakeem Olajuwon.
I'm not mad.
He had Clyde the Glide with him, but still, the Dream. That's why he was able to snatch 2 championships when Mike was out. But them 3 right there, man, I love them guys for sure. And without a doubt, Five Slammer Jammer, Houston's back in the Final Four for the first time since then. And I'm definitely rooting for Kelvin, man, and that team right there. Would love to see him win again.
That's who I picked, Jax, before the tournament started.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, hey, man, I appreciate the time, fellas.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey, Dream wasn't no joke, too. Dream was drafted number 1 over Mike.
Yep. Mike
and
was
Bowie.
3rd. Sam Bowie was number 2.
So, for sure.
Mike in Augusta, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Mike?
Yo, what's up, fellas?
How you?
What's good?
Man, I'm here. I'm dodging the Masters traffic that's coming into town, invading the city.
I bet. That's right.
Good point.
Yes,
good
sir.
point. Yeah.
Yeah. So, to your point, the first 2 are easy with Kareem and Christian Laettner, and I was thinking about
So you're easy on Christian Laettner. Well, you were with us, right? Like Christian Laettner.
Yeah. That's to me. That's I hated Duke. I really hated him.
Right.
I'm a Georgia Tech fan. At Georgia Tech, we had Kenny Anderson and Dennis Scott, and we just couldn't get past him. Duke. And speaking of them, Larry Johnson and
I brought him
the
up.
Running Rebels, man, for the culture, what they did with hip hop culture, everybody in America.
Yeah, but they needed to
early
beat that
90s.
Duke team, man. That was the one that right. They needed to win that.
Yeah, but they got the one before, so he
Yeah,
has
they
that.
got the one before, man. But UNLV and Larry Johnson had everybody in America who was my age in the early 90s rocking those UNLV Running Rebels jackets. And that was my high school mascot. We were the Running Rebels, so it was perfect.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
Larry, I mentioned him. I don't know if you heard that part. I mentioned him because, I mean,
Appreciate the call.
his career, he was giving you 22 and 11, couple times going to the championship game, 1-1. Larry, he was a grown man.
Scott in Pennsylvania, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Scott?
Hey, thanks for taking my call. The best team in the radio.
My
Appreciate
man.
you.
Come on, Scott. We appreciate that.
I disagree. You gotta have Pistol. I truly do.
No. In your top three, go
I'm
ahead.
not mad at
so
that.
who would you pick? Pistol and who else?
I have Bill Bradley and of course Kareem. I'd like to add Walton, but then you have to add Thompson because he beat Kareem in '74.
Yeah.
Steve. Yep.
And
Steve
nobody's
brought that
mad
up.
at you to pick Pistol Pete.
No. I'm not ever
Yep.
going to be mad at you picking a guy averaging 44, 45 points a game.
Exactly, and no 3-point line and no time clock.
Right. That's incredible, to be honest. It really is.
Thank you,
thanks,
gentlemen.
Scott. Yep, have a great weekend. Jace in Georgia, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Jace?
Hey, what's going on, Rob? What's going on, Kevin?
How are you?
Hey, I haven't had a chance to call in for baseball season because y'all be so backed up. But I know my Braves are 0-7. But guess what? We still gonna win the World Series, baby.
Oh,
Okay.
Hey,
man.
I just saw a stat that
Wow.
Get that out of the way.
Nobody,
I just
right?
saw a stat that said no team has ever made the playoffs
That
starting
started
0-7.
0-7,
So y'all gonna make history according to you.
We coming, baby. We coming. But
All right.
yeah, so
That's why they call
I'm
them
not-
fans.
I'm not as old as you guys, but I'm a big Duke fan. So
Hold on. You might be older than
how
me.
old is Jace? How old are you?
I'm 36.
All
Yeah,
right,
he's
dang,
younger.
never mind.
Okay,
I
go
tried.
ahead.
I
Yeah,
tried.
All right.
so I'm not from the Kareem era and all that good stuff. But I'm a huge Duke fan, so I got to go Christian Laettner.
Okay.
And then I was able to witness what Carmelo did.
Yeah.
And then,
Which is incredible.
I
That was
know
an
they might-
incredible run. Yeah.
Yeah, I know it might be a curveball because it's on the woman's side, but Maya Moore, like,
Oh,
what
no,
was
she was insane.
with UConn, like 4-time All-American, all those championships and all that good stuff. So
No, Maya
I
Moore was-
just wanted to put a curveball in there. So
Okay.
hey, appreciate you guys taking
Yep.
the call.
Thank you.
And
Appreciate it.
UConn's playing tonight too. Good call.
We're taking more calls. 877-99 on Fox. 877-996-6369. If you want to get in, we still got time. Anybody we haven't mentioned, I know there's got to be other players. So jump in. Ron.
Hello?
Yep, you're up.
Oh, it's Juan in Pennsylvania.
Juan,
What's up,
sorry
Juan?
about that. You're all good. Sorry about that, Juan.
That's all right. So, y'all are going to kick yourselves for not mentioning Rick Barry.
It's a good one.
Yeah, Rick Barry.
Guess what I'm doing, Juan? I'm blaming Steve.
Yeah, I believe he averaged like 35 or 36 for his career at Miami. He was phenomenal. But I didn't want to really give a top three because I actually agree with both of your lists. However, I did want to pose a question.
Sure.
Because I wanted to know, like, how do you gauge, like, greatness in the college game? Like, because I kind of feel like it's harder than giving a top three for, like, NBA players of all time because when it comes down to it, it's all about the tournament. And you have to be literally phenomenal and great every single game back to back to back against different opponents until the championship. And I feel like whether it's 1 year or 2 years or 3 years that you're in the tournament, there are guys that haven't won mainly because they haven't had like a great supporting cast. I just want to say, like, as far as like recent players, there's only been one player I remember that's been a lottery draft pick that's been like a star in the NBA in the last like 30 years.
Who's that?
The nation in scoring, Trae Young. As far as leading the league in scoring, I mean, guys are not scoring at a pace as they did 40, 50 years ago.
Right.
They weren't getting 30-something points and 20 rebounds, but Trae Young is, in my eyes, in the last 20, 30 years, he's the only guy that literally dominated like that in the college game. They led the nation in scoring, led the nation in assists, and he still ended up being a star in the league.
No,
we haven't seen that.
Yeah,
I got
fair.
one for you a little bit before that. I do think I get your point. Him
Thanks,
being the
Juan.
last.
Appreciate that.
Steph.
Thank you.
Steph Curry.
Yeah.
I mean, Steph Curry was putting up crazy numbers with Davidson, and obviously we know what he's doing in the NBA, including what we saw last
I covered
night.
some of those regionals that he was in back in the day.
Everybody was showing up. LeBron was showing up at the game, and they're like, yo, this kid is going crazy in the NBA. Who else we got?
Eric in Delaware. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, E?
Hey, hello, gentlemen. First time, long time.
Thank you. We appreciate
man.
you. We got you to call in, my man.
He's like, all right, I can't have it no more. Hey, what's that number again? Let me call in.
My list is Kareem, Dave Thompson, and everybody sleeping on Wayman Tisdale, man.
Wayman Tisdale, R.I.P. Yeah, that's a good one.
Wayman Tisdale, yeah, that was my era.
Okay. No, I mean, there's so many guys.
There's
We
so
appreciate
many,
the call.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the hard part about it. Like, and, what if Chris Webber stayed all 4 years? Would he have been up there? He was insane. His only 2 years. I mean, there's a.
Is that for calling timeout or no? Dang it! I'm sorry.
You had to.
Brian in North Carolina.
Shaq. Some people say it's Shaq. I've seen some people say.
You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Brian?
How are you guys doing? I love this topic. You guys are killing it. However, how have you guys not mentioned two-time national champion
Let me think.
from the University of San Francisco, Bill
Oh, we
Russell?
did. Yeah, you might have missed it.
Yes.
We did. Steve brought him up.
Steve DeSager brought up
Bill Russell.
Bill Russell, yes. And especially winning at San Francisco, no doubt.
No, appreciate that.
Yep, no doubt.
One more?
We got a little time.
All right.
We got time, Bo. Screen them.
877-99 on Fox. 877-99 on Fox.
David in Indianapolis, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's happening?
What's up, guys? Great topic. One of my favorite topics, Max. I'm a huge college basketball fan,
Thank you.
love talking college basketball. So, I mean, I think the guys you guys hit with, Lou Alcindor, Kareem, Bill Walton, really obvious or whatever.
Right.
People sleep on Zach Edey. Zach Edey, two-time National Player of the Year.
Zach
dominant,
Edey,
of course.
okay.
Very much in that same realm of those guys as far as big man, but also the other guy.
David, I just fell asleep. Call me people. I'm sleeping.
Wayman Tisdale was a great call.
Yep.
Len Bias.
I was gonna say Len
Bias,
David,
yeah.
because he was incredible. And I always wonder if he made it to the league. I'm like, Mike might have had some competition.
People forget about him because of how good he was in college, but they didn't get to see him play in the NBA, right?
Yep.
That never happened. But that guy was an amazing basketball
But
player.
let me ask you this, David, as
He
a
was insane,
college basketball aficionado, Christian Laettner doesn't move the needle for you at all? No?
Oh, no. Christian, I mean, look, I don't care for Christian Laettner, but absolutely he has to be up there. Look at what he did in his career, man.
Right.
Like, I don't like him.
Yeah.
But for as far as the college basketball accomplishments and achievements, absolutely.
Yeah.
How could you not have him up there?
Yeah, I agree. I just wanted to make sure.
Len Bias was ridiculous. Dunking on you, jump shot, mid range. Dude, that might be the greatest what could have been in my sports history, like if you ask me.
We'll take a few more. 877-99 on Fox. We'll do that.
Man, Len Bias. Yeah. I mean, we were talking about, like, you just get drafted the night of, and it's unreal. Unreal there. I'm trying to think of anybody else that we missed. I want to do somebody fairly recent. So, no J.J. Redick? No? I know you've been getting mad, but J.J. Redick was insane at Duke. All right, don't do that. I didn't say the Pat Riley version of him, okay?
Right.
I said him in college. He was insane.
don't
Derrick
know.
Rose had an amazing year as well.
But they didn't win.
They didn't win. He got there.
Yep.